Hello, Jesse Good here, and today I'm starting a new series, CMF Draft. Basically, I'll be creating a list of what I think are the most realistic choices for a minifigure series based around an idea, just for fun and speculation. Today's topic is a LEGO Nintendo minifigure series. I'm going to assume there's 20 minifigure spots like the last 3 movie ones, though it could be 18 like Disney, or even 16. So for minifigure number 1, we have Mario, the most obvious choice. Going into this video, we're assuming Connect doesn't have the Mario license anymore because I don't think LEGO would ever do a Nintendo minifigure series if they didn't have the permission to do Mario characters. I think he would have a molded head because he needs his nose, and nose prints on regular minifigure heads looks weird. His accessory would be a super mushroom, coin, or fire flower, but he's such an iconic character they wouldn't even need to give him an accessory. Minifigure 2 would be Luigi, who is also 100% guaranteed. Really, his accessory can be interchangeable with Mario unless they gave him the Luigi's Mansion treatment. If they went down that route, he would have the Poltergust 3000 or 5000. At number 3, I have Princess Peach, another 100% guaranteed choice. While she doesn't need a molded head unlike Mario and Luigi, I think they will give her one to keep consistent with the other two. Her accessory can be her parasol. Next is Bowser, who I think is a 75% guaranteed choice since making him into a minifigure is tricky. They're going to have to do a new molded body similar to Axel from Nexo or that crocodile guy from TMNT. I don't think they'd go the big fig route. However, the less minifigure like he looks, the less likely he would be in a minifigure series and not a set instead. Since I think he would have a new body with lots of different new pieces like a shell and probably a separate head, much like the Series 5 lizard guy, I don't think he'd come with accessories. Fifth is Yoshi, who I think is a 100% guaranteed choice. I would guess a new molded head and tail piece similar to Donald Duck's, but his body can still be a regular minifigure body. His accessory would be a Yoshi egg. 6 would be Toad, who I think would be a 50% guaranteed choice based on his popularity. His accessory would be a Power Star. 7 would be Donkey Kong, who I think would be a 75% guaranteed choice based on iconicity, but like Bowser, there may be problems translating him into minifigure form. The body would be a mold similar to Bowser's, and his accessory would be a DK barrel or banana. 8 would be Diddy Kong, who I think would be a 50% guaranteed choice based on his popularity and his lack of appearances in too many recent games. I think he would use a regular minifigure body with a molded head. His accessory can be a pop gun with some studs, and it would be a simple recolor of the minifigure stud shooter. Number 9 would be Link, moving off from Mario characters, 100% guaranteed. I don't think they'll base it off the Breath of the Wild version, but rather his appearance in Smash 4. He'd have the Master Sword and Hylian Shield as accessories. I don't think they'd do a molded head. I think in Series 2 of Nintendo, they can do a Toon Link. Next is Princess Zelda, again not based on the Breath of the Wild version, but her appearance in Smash 4. Not sure what her accessory would be. I think they'd throw in the ocarina or a fairy bottle with her since Link is already booked. Then I have Samus, not her Zero Suit version, that could appear in a Series 2. I think her appearance would be based off the return of Samus version, and her arm could be cyborgs from Justice League. For an accessory, they could do a Metroid if they're ambitious, or a screw attack printed on a 1x1 circular tile if they didn't want to go too far. Here's where it gets a bit tricky. My 12th choice is Kirby, but he's co-owned by HAL Laboratory, which is why there's no toys for Kirby in the World of Nintendo line. So I'm not sure if LEGO would do Kirby characters, which is why I put him at a 25% likeliness, especially considering that he's the only character from Kirby I would include on this list. Would it even be worth getting the license? Plus, he would have to have a totally new body mold. Not sure if Kirby would be able to hold an accessory, but they can make a Warp Star accessory for him, which is perfect. It'll be something he rides. Next is Pit. I think he'd be a 50% likely choice since he hasn't had a recent game and isn't the most popular. His accessory would be his blade from Smash 4, which I can't recall the name of. Then I have Fox from the Star Fox series. I think he's 100% likely since he's pretty iconic and LEGO loves including a variety of different characters, despite the last Star Fox game being a flop. Fox's accessory could be his blaster or a smart bomb. Of course, with Fox, I have Falco, who is a 50% likely. He's probably the second most recognizable Star Fox character, but not very popular in his own right. His accessory is interchangeable with Fox's, a blaster or smart bomb. Then I have Isabelle from Animal Crossing, who in my opinion is 100% likely. LEGO likes including a fair amount of females in their minifigure series, and she's one of the more popular ones. You guys may underestimate how popular Animal Crossing has become, especially with kids of all genders, so it's a smart choice to include characters from there. Her accessory would be a pen and clipboard, no new molds needed with them, and I think she'll reuse Rocket Raccoon's tail. My next choice is another Animal Crossing character, the one I think is the second most popular, Tom Nook. His accessory would be an item leaf, which would most likely warrant a new mold. I think he'd be one of the few in the series with a secondary accessory, an easy reuse mold of the sack piece for a bag of bells. They would probably need to make a tail mold for him. And like I said, Animal Crossing is a wise choice, so I'm putting a third character from there, KK Slider. New molded head, but probably a reuse of the Donald Duck tail. His accessory would be his guitar. For our last two, we're going to go to the world of Splatoon. The first one would be an Inkling Girl, the iconic orange one. I don't think they'd do a new head mold, but rather a new hair mold. Yeah, I know it's not their hair. Her accessory can be a newly molded splatter shot, but also have a neck attachment with a simple build for the ink container. I think Splatoon is popular enough and different enough to warrant a minifigure or two. And the second one is an Inkling Boy, the iconic blue one. Newly molded hair, and his accessory would be a splat roller, which might be a recolor of a paint roller and the ink container. So all gathered up, my 20 minifigure choices for this series are Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Bowser, Yoshi, Toad, DK, Diddy Kong, Link, Zelda, Samus, Kirby, Pit, Fox, Falco, Isabelle, Tom Nook, KK Slider, Inkling Boy, and Girl. Now let's move on to the ones I excluded of noteworthy mention. First, any Pokemon character. This is because Mega Bloks owns the license, the characters would be hard to make into minifigures, and is co-owned by Nintendo Game Freak and Creatures, meaning they'll have to pay those other two companies licensing fees and such. I mean, yeah, Connect owns Mario, but that would be much easier to get, and we're making this list assuming Nintendo has gotten the Mario license from Connect. No Mario, no Nintendo Series. Heck, I contemplated just making this video Mario characters because they're most likely to do a full Mario series. Second, Fire Emblem characters. This is because it's co-owned by Nintendo and Intelligent Systems, meaning LEGO would have to go out of their way to pay Intelligent Systems. I don't think they would do that since Fire Emblem is more popular with teens and adults than children, the target demographic of LEGO Minifigure Series. And then for some random choices I excluded, honorable mentions. Wario would be my favorite, but he's not popular enough, Captain Falcon and Little Mac for the same reason. If I did a draft of a second series, they would all be in. And for a DDD and Meta Knight, they would require too many complex molds and aren't popular enough to justify such. Plus there's a whole HAL Laboratories co-ownership thing that we talked about with Kirby. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this new video idea, and I definitely want to hear what your choices would be. Leave your choices in the comments below, and if you have any franchises or themes you want to see in a future CMF Draft episode, leave those as comments as well. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.